on January 6th, 2021, Anglo-Saxons of America did some wild shit. They stormed the capital of the US of A with no plan in mind.
They put on their best furs and horned hats. And
they got on their Peter Parker, and they scaled some walls, proving that walls don't do anything, which goes against their brand. And I gotta ask a question. Put forth.
Some of them didn't make it up that wall.
Yeah.
After around, I think they said somewhere around a couple thousand people stormed the Capitol, sat on the hill with, I think they said 4 casualties. Only really heard about one, but I think I saw the number was 4. I gotta ask this question put forth by Talcum X, aka Sean King. Yeah, no, I said casualty.
She was I thought you said a hurt one.
No, she got sniped in the neck like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I gotta ask this question, and I'm gonna put my phone to the screen, but Adam's gonna put up the picture. This young gentleman, the glare's too strong. Never mind. But according to Talcum X, aka Sean King, Adam Johnson has been arrested for his acts committed at the Capitol. How are you here with us, sir?
That's so funny. So weird saying my name in the news for that.
Like, yo, I didn't know you were a Trump supporter, man. I could have sworn this whole time you were against this. You were undercover agent. I feel deceived. Explain yourself.
A reverse Clayton business.
Reverse Clayton.
Man, it's so crazy because like it's funny because like a lot of people, like there's people that know my name is Adam Johnson, but then there's people that don't realize that because my name on Facebook just says Adam David. It's my internet.
Right.
So there's people that actually don't know that that's my last name. It was just kind of funny. When I brought that up, I'm sure people like, what? But no, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean that name is super common. I've actually met someone in my life that name was Adam Johnson. Like actually another person like that.
I wonder how often that happens, man. Where you meet somebody with the same name,
first last name.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got a bad common name,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. Like I wonder, like
it's probably still
average,
rare
you know?
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think I would meet another Joshua Ishman. Granted, it's Ishman, but in the same city.
Damn. Okay.
You know, because Felly and Ramon got an older brother named Josh, and so shout out to them, the Ishmans, Marcus's cousins.
Shout out.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But yeah, so what are your feelings on this gentleman? On this heinous act of treason toward the U.S. government that I'm not defending, but yeah.
I feel like I'm not gonna say anything that hasn't been said or anything that no one feels, but it's just kind of crazy that I mean I guess you just the most obvious things more so is you could just compare it to the Black Lives Matter protests over the summer and how people were getting beat and pepper sprayed and shot with the
rubber bullets.
Yeah, the rubber bullets, which that sounds like it's not that big of a deal, or like, oh, it's just a rubber bullet.
Yes, it is.
But when it's flying at you at, I don't know,
bullet speed,
1,400 feet per second, and it's like as big as almost a tennis ball. I mean, that's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah,
it's like getting hit with a Randy Johnson pitch, but like twice the speed.
Yeah, dude.
But just to make my point, it's just crazy. Like you would think that the most secure towns or districts, whatever you want to call it, in the country would be able to. And I get, their excuse was, they were overrun, which I guess I could see that, but it's like this: if you have a building full of, in quotations, important people, like the Senate people, and they're all in there, and they're supposed to be like our leaders, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm saying that loosely, but I mean, they have a position of power. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And don't they each have Secret Service with them? Don't they each individual? No. That's just presidents and
vice president. Yeah, just to hire people.
Yeah, people
but
are part of the executive branch usually have some that like people in Congress can hire detail and whatnot, but it's not like provided.
Yeah.
Okay.
But regardless, like the Capitol building, you would just think it was like, all right, if something happens, it's us or them. Like it's not gonna be like, and if that means it's just all out battle, and it's gonna be all out battle, but you can't just let people in, because what happens if these people were armed? Well, some people were armed.
Yes.
So what happens? Yeah. So what happens if these people had like legitimate ill intention? What if somebody set a fire in there? What if somebody? So apparently they found pipe bombs. What if people activated these? Like that situation could have been a lot worse than it was. It was still the most bizarre thing I've seen, but I'm just imagining if these people were like, we're coming in here like shooting people and setting stuff on fire, like the Capitol building could be a pile of ashes right now. I mean, if people were really about some craziness,
they're really about that life. Yeah.
So it's just like, you would think that they're like, no, we don't care. We about to start shooting y'all. And then if it turns into a bloodbath, then you would think that's what will happen. But I guess that's not what happened.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely spared a lot of people's lives that day, because either they weren't prepared, which I find it hard to believe, or they just kind of let them do that.
Yeah.
They didn't have a goal.
Yeah, it was a spur of the moment thing, because Donald Trump was like,
go
ahead. No. I'll just say real quick, because Donald Trump was down the street.
First episode, we got.
apparently Donald Trump was down the street having a rally with these people, and he was talking about, he was like, you got to march down to the Capitol, he essentially told them to go down to the Capitol building and take it by force. So they're like, okay, let's do it, and they did it. So it's like, I mean,
but what was your goal?
And exactly, it's like
because you're like, we're storming the Capitol, it's a revolution and all this kind of shit, and I'm like, is it?
Because that's why I'm not totally. I'm like, it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm not totally against the action of it. But what is a time and place for a revolution, and
but that's not a revolution. It's not even a protest.
We may be very close to needing that, but that's not it. That's not the, who we wanted, or the cause we wanted that for. Like, that's the opposite of what we wanted that for. So,
but I'm saying, if you're quote unquote storming the Capitol, which part of me is like, are you really storming it if you're just breaking windows and then a section of you are just let in and escorted out, like safely down the stairs? That's not really storming a Capitol. But that part put aside,
they can't help that it wasn't no resistance.
That's true.
But the other side of that is like, you did it to delay.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like,
the vote.
It was nothing there. It was nothing. It was everything was. It was no injustice being done at this point. So what are you doing?
Well, in their minds, there was, because in their mind, because at the time, the what is it, Senate? I don't know who
the Georgia. You talking about the Georgia results?
No, the electoral vote for Biden and
Kamala. So they were officially confirming, I guess, for like the 30th time that this dude won. But
no, because they had to do votes in Georgia. That's why.
That's for Congress though. That ain't have to do with the president.
They did they did do some revotes in Georgia for the presidency. For the presidency as well.
Yeah, that's what ended.
Certain counties.
That's what made it official.
And like Fulton County, for some reason, like Fulton County, like Atlanta, always takes forever. I don't know why I've heard that.
Probably most people. I mean, that would be my
guess. Probably.
Most populated. But I mean, regardless, in their minds, they thought that they were gonna come in there and because Donald Trump told them like they need to take their what did he say? Like, take their country back or take something back.
Do y'all think they really believe in that cause, or they just
absolutely
they're trying to?
It's probably a mix and match of people.
You think all of them really feel like there's an injustice going on their way, or they just being hyped up?
I think some of them are just getting hyped up and they just doing it. Some of them are just following other people, I think.
Sure, I'm not saying every Trump supporter is on that, because we're seeing the surgence of a lot of motherfuckers who are how should I say, who are trying to condemn it now as if people hadn't been saying this shit the whole time. Hadn't been saying that these inflammatory remarks, these irresponsible ass speeches at these rallies and whatnot are not creating insurrection. And then a quote unquote insurrection happens and they all go, this is not this is not my America. This is not how we do this. And like, this is the shit we've been telling you is the problem the whole time.
I just think that make it sound innocent to me. Like, I think that they know in their minds that this is dumb shit. And
they are dumb though. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Saying, all of them not dumb. Some of them just really want the fuck shit. Is definitely that. Like take Donald Trump. Do y'all really think in his heart that he feel like he in the right, or he just wants his way? Like, it's people who just want their way, like just straight like that. Like,
I think he's an egomaniac who thinks nothing. I think he has had so few consequences to his actions and words and thoughts in so much of his life. He has no bearing for them. Regardless of whether or not they directly happen to him. Consequences is not a thing that he cares about.
I think he speaks childishly, and he's not advanced in that aspect, but I don't think he's dumb. I think he's very smart, actually. I think the way he communicates is elementary, but you don't get that far from being dumb.
I mean, I don't think he's.
I guess it did.
You go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say you can make smart. Well, I mean, even that's been criticized, but like, you can make smart decisions and not necessarily. I mean, I guess dumb depending on what, like book smart, street smart, like what are we talking about here? Because you can make wise decisions that work in the moment, that business wise.
I don't think he's morally. He has a moral. I don't think he has a great moral compass, but besides that, I mean, he knows, for one, this all you really need to do to be powerful is know how to be a good speaker and know how to gain a little bit of power.
How to move people like Hitler did. Like, Hitler moved. Yeah. He was the smartest dude in the world, and he moved a fucking nation of people.
I think
no matter how you can,
but it also was a reflection of them, though. But if it's also a reflection of them. You gotta wonder, like, who the fuck are these people who are the people who Hitler moved? You gotta like think about them. Like, what the fuck were they on?
You can never underestimate
fear too, though. Fear was a lot of it.
They look and act very like they're dumb and primal, and you know what, this has no real meaning behind it. But the meaning is just to hold on to power. Is sure. Just that.
But even if it is on some QAnon bullshit, if you really think motherfuckers are out here with that the country is run by pedophiles who are sucking the life juice out of unborn babies,
I don't think
if you really. But I'm saying, if you really think it's that, what happened at the Capitol have to do with that? What did you solve? Nothing.
I think to go back to like Donald Trump being stupid, and like, I don't think he's stupid as in he doesn't know
what he's doing, yeah,
like basic life skills or anything. But I think he's such a narcissist that he believes that whatever he says and does is correct. So like you were saying, like you don't gotta be that smart to make a bunch of money, especially when somebody handed you a bunch of money to begin with. Like if Donald Trump was, if he grew up like just in a regular family, he wouldn't be a billionaire right now. In fact, a lot of business people in that world say that based on his upbringing, in theory, he should be worth way more than he is. But because he's had so many failed businesses, it's like he's kind of gotten where he is purely based off of just
persistence,
just being in that life for so long. But I think again, I just think he's such a narcissist that whatever he says, he truly believes it to be true, and he doesn't care about the concept. Like me and Kirsten talk about this all the time, like the difference between narcissism and people that are psychopaths, and like so like in sociopaths, psychopaths, like those people, they know they're doing wrong, so they'll try to mimic being right. They'll try to be charming and loving. Donald Trump isn't trying to be liked only by the people that believes in what he says. So he's not trying to sugarcoat it. He's just putting things out there in the way that he sees it. And if you like it, great. If you don't, that's fine. If he was like a psychopath, he would try to come up there like, I'm not saying that Obama is a psychopath necessarily, but he would try to be like smooth with it and try to like, and just try to like be charming and stuff. But he doesn't try to be charming. He's just like, this is what's right. And then I guess all of these people that feel the same way, which is a lot of people. I don't know. I can't even figure out the point I'm making. I'm just talking at this point.
I know what you're saying. Like to some degree, I like a little bit of that. I like a little bit of like less worry. Like, but it's unfortunate when you're the president. Like this is like the thing. It seems to be him missing is like you gotta if you coming in with you acting like you got so much clarity on shit and you just right and wrong and you know that you're right in all the decisions you make.
The only bad
you gotta
thing
be able
is
to
the intent.
you gotta be able to you gotta be able to have that
What is your
clarity to
intent?
see when your shit is not working and when you're not right, when it's harming people. That's the clarity that it seems like he's either lacking or doesn't even give a shit about.
We could use a Donald Trump on the good side. If the thing is like,
I agree.
All
That's
about
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah. I'm just saying that is all about intent, man. Like, if this was a good dude, then we wouldn't have a problem with it.
Intent, but I also feel like, it only gets you so far. And you know what I'm saying? You still gonna hurt. You still can have.
Yeah,
you can without knowing. You just got to be able to recognize it and acknowledge. He don't be acknowledging that shit.
Yeah,
acknowledge in front of the world that you harm people. You didn't, maybe even if you didn't mean to, you fucked up.
And like the crazy thing is, he actually is stupid because I'm thinking of it like, after all of that, before he got suspended indefinitely and permanently, he went on Twitter and told the people to come back to the Capitol. Like, but he said, but he was like, but be like peaceful. Like, what makes you think if the same people come back, what makes you think they're going to be peaceful? Like,
the fact is, he doesn't care about them either.
No, exactly.
But that doesn't make him stupid. That just makes him
a fucking sociopath.
Not giving a, he doesn't care. He knows how to control people, and he will do it.
Another thing we have to consider though is he has a team of people. Like he has advisors, and I'm not saying he listens to them all the time.
Yeah, he obviously don't listen to them.
But like, but he does have people that like for example, someone might ask, how does someone like this? In my opinion, how does someone so stupid become so rich? Well, if you surround yourself around people that aren't stupid, around good lawyers that can get you out of trouble and kind of make these decisions for you, all you got to do is sign your name.
Even that, like, lawyers gonna always extort you. We seen this.
Oh yeah, of course.
People who got small businesses, it happened to them. Like, it's just like, so I disagree that he's stupid. I just think that he's using his powers for evil, basically.
I'm trying to think of a better.
So what we do know is that he's not Captain Planet. That we know.
He comes off very stupid.
Go ahead. Yes, I can't. agree that he isn't stupid. But I don't because I think to be whatever dimension of charismatic that he is, and to be this much of a narcissistic sociopath, to be so irresponsible with that much power.
But he doesn't care. That's the thing I think y'all missing is like we are good.
I realize that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like we are good-hearted people, right? We're not gonna be able to truly understand. I mean, like for the most part, I mean, we're not all like goody two shoes or whatever, but I think that we're not gonna be able to understand like his mind. Like,
yeah, I've tried for years. I can't figure it out.
Yo, to slightly veer us off, and we because I don't want to spend the whole recording on either of these things.